From How to Date Men When You Hate Men by Blythe Robertson. I hate to admit this, but the major question of my early to mid-40s has been, was that a date? It's not a major question in terms of importance. Obviously, that's how do we dismantle white supremacist, capital, patriarchal power structures, and how are we already 100% screwed with regard to global warming? Or do you think Amelia Earhart is still alive and well somewhere? But was that a date is a big one for me in terms of being genuinely more difficult to answer right now than any of the previous points in my life. My claim to fame for many years was that while my entire personality seems to be on a date all the time, I had never actually been on one. To some people, this sounds disingenuous. A coworker of mine is always questioning my propensity to make this type of I had never declaration. I told him I had never actually dry humped, which I still maintain I haven't, at least as an end in itself, and that I've never actually heard a single Halsey song. I forgot about Hold Me Down and Bad at Love and Hurricane, and now that I Googled it, I realize every song ever recorded is a Halsey song. And to tell the truth, I'm no longer so sure that I've never actually been on a date, but probably not since college, and certainly not since my divorce. I guess the classic definition of a date would be an activity you go on with a potential romantic partner where you both agree to spend the evening deciding if you like each other's personalities enough to lick mouths at the end of the night. But that kind of predetermined date is increasingly rare in today's more loosely structured dating culture. One thing we do still have is dates with people we are already sleeping with. But what is gained by classifying that kind of evening as a date? I already know the guy's into me, who cares? And of course, there are the kind of dates that end up in surprise first kisses, but it's not always clear going in that these are actually dates. First kisses are always between 50 and 100% shocking to me, because before you smooch, it's so difficult to tell if the evening is being engineered towards this kind of finish. I've gotten close to that classic definition of a date a few times in recent years, like maybe 4/5 of the way there. But that kind of almost explicitly a date I'm thinking of involves getting drinks twice without even kissing, then hanging out a third time and skipping straight to sleeping together. So who knows? Was only the third date a real date?